Welcome back to Baccano.
Just say the joke.
This is the episode 8 video.
Say the joke. Welcome Baccano.
Welcome Baccano.
Hey, this guy. Guys, can you give me do they let you do emojis in the comment section?
Yeah.
Put a clap emoji in there for Kristopher.
Oh. Oh, okay.
The people like you a lot.
Last episode.
I'm like mold or moss on a tree. I'm growing on them.
Yeah, you grow on them. I can be a bit of a stick in the mud sometimes.
And I'm the moss that's growing on you.
I'm the stick in the mud. You're the moss that's growing on the stick in the mud.
But at least you know that I point north. Moss only grows on the north side of a tree.
Not true in the southern hemisphere. So last episode, everything started aboard the Advena Avis. What was this? What is this? You're leaving me here with nothing to work with.
Do you see what I put up with?
I've seen the show already. You haven't.
Do you see what I put up with? Attitude about my science facts. Doesn't matter if he's right or not. I know someone's gonna comment, well, he's right. It's like, no. That's not the point here. It's the attitude.
It's the attitude.
I'm learning the feelings. And when you have the feelings, they can be hurt because they're fluffy and soft.
Would you like to be
flack for this?
Would you like to be wrapped in bubble wrap, sir?
Please.
We might actually have some in this room.
Bubble boy me.
Yeah,
It's fine.
There's bubble wrap back there. we could wrap you up in it.
I might grab that little beanie baby up there afterwards. Kiwi? I think it's kiwi.
Wow. It's a duck.
Little yellow duck from probably McDonald's. Episode
You might actually
8.
be right.
Yeah, my dad used to buy and sell beanie babies.
Sorry, episode 8. I don't remember what the name of what's going on, but that's okay. He doesn't either.
Whoa! Accusatory.
So what is going on? What is going on? I don't know.
The last episode was everything begins with the Avinu Avis Avenidu Avisum.
That's right. This is Isaac and Miria unintentionally spread happiness and joy while they rob people.
Yes, but you asked about last episode.
Yes. What is going on?
That was the title of last episode.
What is going on? I spout random nonsense and I don't
pronounce words properly.
So what's going on?
Well, it sounds like the title of this episode is we're gonna go back into the robbers, Mira and Isaac, and see what they're up to. But episode 7 was about the Avena Avis, whatever it's called.
Advena Avis.
Whatever it's called. And we saw a group of people who were granted eternal life by a spirit of eternal life, #demon.
#devil.
#devil. Sorry, devil. And then, go figure, not 2 days goes by and things go awry.
Mm-hmm.
I complained about the magic system not being explained enough and no defense against the magic system.
It was very straightforward of, you have eternal life, place your hand, and you can either you can absorb somebody or give them knowledge.
Do you feel the knowledge I'm giving you? Although I did say last episode too, don't make deals with devils, so ignore that. I've made no deals with no devils. Golden fiddles.
So in this situation here, there's something Sillard said. It's like not even agreed so much as it's almost like, I mean, they just describe feeding. There's nothing else. He cannot be satiated. He always wants more now. He's gotten a taste of what immortality and eternal life could offer and the knowledge he could gain in such a thing. And now he's just like, I want everything.
He's just like a big hard drive. He's got a hard-on hard drive. That joke didn't hit. It's fine.
That was very bad. Very, very,
He's just trying to spin up.
Very bad.
What do you say?
I've not eaten my fill.
Yep.
So it is almost like a gluttony in a sense then.
Yeah, gluttony is a great vice to use.
A gluttony for knowledge.
Or a lust for knowledge. Probably
Could be that.
Probably gluttony, though, because it's a hunger, but lust also has an insatiable hunger.
Mm-hmm.
So I think gluttony is food relative to food. whereas
Right.
lust
I feel
is
lust
more of an umbrella.
interesting. I'm curious because they both have, they're obviously both selfish, but I'm wondering if lust has a sort of perverse. No, I'm trying to think of like a difference between the two and why I think gluttony might be a better word, because I feel like lust has a sort of a perverse like acknowledgement of it being wrong aspect about it, like taking joy and pleasure in doing in like something else attached to it, and gluttony is just kind of more like, you're right, they both have a sort of unsatiated thing about them. I feel like gluttony has a bit more of a. Go ahead. You're gonna
Let's
try to say
define
something.
it. So, gluttony, noun, habitual greed or excess in eating. Lust, noun, very strong sexual desire. Verb, has a very strong sexual desire for someone or feel a strong desire for something. So I honestly think
Okay.
both of them could work.
Nope, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Because there's the greed for knowledge. Greed is an intense, selfish desire for something, especially wealth, power, food. So greed.
Greed also works, but I mean, he specifically used the word "eat," haven't eaten my fill, which I feel gives a different feeling than if you were to say lust or greed, though.
I think it just depends on context.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, greed, gluttony, lust. What
A different
how
word?
does this? Yeah,
Something else?
How would you describe this need? To use different words than what we've had.
Need is in italics.
Yes, clearly he doesn't need this.
You see what happened? I evoked a feeling response from Kristopher. I'm learning the feelings, guys. Shall we get?
Yeah. So, happiness, devils, immortality. People are greedy. Okay. Give us a prediction.
I haven't done that in a while.
You haven't done that in a while. Give us a prediction.
Well, assuming this isn't like episode 6, where it's like, this is about the rail tracer, which didn't really talk about the rail tracer at all.
Nope.
Then we're going to see the robbers and more of their story and how they got involved by stealing from mobsters, and also met, what's the girl who works for Q's name?
Ennis.
Ennis.
We've already seen the scene where they meet, though.
Right, but that will be further developed.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Okay,
she
I see.
needed their help to bring Dallas in. So Dallas
she just
somehow
wanted help carrying him to her car. She'd taken care of him.
that's fair. Dallas probably has something to do with the boat, some sort of eternal lineage. Probably.
Dallas has the Genoard family in the boat.
Yeah. So I bet that Dallas has some sort of tie to someone that was on the boat.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
I see. Well, we last saw Ennis had taken him before Zillard, and she was injecting them with something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now let's begin with episode 8 and see what's going on as Isaac and Miria unintentionally spread happiness. Ready? Thank you for watching, guys. Join us and leave comments, like and subscribe. Tell us what you thought of the episode, anything that comes up. We're going to be talking about nonsense as it goes on for sure, and what's irrelevant things, hopefully, too. If you like what we're doing, go to our Patreon, pledge $1 or $2, get us some.
That's water. This is a coffee.
Get us some coffee because I am out. And let us know what you think about this. Were you able to take in the character names this time since you're not talking?
I like how they have a director of photography for anime.
It's because you have your showrunner, which they call it something else in this.
Yep.
But you have your director, you have your episode director, you have your animation director.
We buy her something expensive and bring it to New York.
So we decided to have all-out war with the Russo family.
Boof.
I forgot about that. All-out war with the Russo family.
Because they were selling liquor,
Yep.
and they just killed 8 of their people to stop them from selling liquor. It's like, all right, well, screw you guys. Yeah, if I want to go into detail about making of anime, might look at Shiro Bako.
Is that that movie about, or that show about making an anime?
Working on this case for the Justice Department. Thanks.
Oh shit, Bill Sullivan, and I didn't catch the other guy's name.
They're here because they're pursuing suspects in a string of unusual robberies from San Francisco.
Smoking in the 1920s.
There's been over 80 of them so
30s.
far. Of course, I pledge
1930s.
full cooperation.
FBI, because they're interstate.
These are the only known photographs of the robbers.
Just call me Mummy.
Next.
Charlie Chaplin,
Next.
Zorro.
Just call me Windmill Chaser.
You trying to put one over on us? I can see why you'd think that, but these suspects are the only jokers.
Chief,
Go ahead.
if they had time to pose for photos, why haven't they been caught before now?
Ouch.
It'd be better if I let Mr. Sullivan answer that question.
These photographs were given to us by citizens who took them because they were intrigued by their costumes. Most people thought they were actors and didn't even realize that they were criminals until afterwards.
Up until recently, their crimes have all been petty offenses. Nothing serious enough to get them on our wanted list. Chocolate, candy, watches.
Once they stole the door to a history museum.
If that's so, why don't we just kill their mamas and let them slap them around?
Because lately, they're hunting bigger game.
The pair have most recently made off with a very large chunk of the fortune of the New Jersey millionaire, Raymond Ginoward.
Sure.
Now what?
So why the sudden change of plans?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to finding the answer to that myself. After they're behind bars, of course.
They are the ones that
No
stole.
wheel shot.
This is terrible! Miria! We've forgotten something of the utmost importance.
What could it be?
Miria! It's Ennis!
Whatever will we do?
What will we ever do?
Isaac!
Miria! We forgot to buy a gift for Ennis!
They didn't buy her a present, which is the whole reason they came here.
I think there's something crawling around up there.
Oh, so they stole Dallas's parents' his money.
And they know Ennis
That's the real Teresa!
as a reminder,
Yep, as a reminder.
I think it's got
who is related to Q
go.
in the storyline, not necessarily physically, biologically, whatever.
All right, guys.
Jump, boy, jump.
Up there. Donnie, you go through the car and wait for us at the next coupling. You got that?
No problem.
Hey, watch out for the guys in black suits, okay?
Right.
And white suits.
And oh, they'll have time for him later. They're busy right now.
Hey, niece. Jacuzzi seems pretty worked up, huh?
I haven't seen him like this since the Russo family killed 8 of our guys.
He fought great through the tears last time. I wonder how far he'll go now.
I'm gonna call him Nutman.
Oh, those sugar cubes.
Is that what they are?
That's what I thought. Unless I don't know what else comes in cubes and is crunchy.
I'm
Croutons.
Baccano of the Runarada family.
Okay.
I'm sorry we were a little rough, but relax. We're not planning.
What's got some tropical cockatoo bird on it, which made me think
Yeah.
sugar.
I've heard that name before.
That's because your grandfather, father, and brother all used to be good friends with our boss.
Why are you doing this?
We have business with your beloved brother.
Do you mean Dallas?
Your big brother.
Does she have another brother?
I think so.
Get punished. A little. But we can't find him, so we figured that if we took you hostage, it'd make it easy, and he'd just come to us. It may be distasteful, but you're gonna stay with us. Are you scared?
No, she seems fine.
You're a spunky little skirt. You want me to tell you what kind of bullshit Dallas dragged me into?
Language.
That's all.
Language in front of the lady.
Killed your father and brother.
See, that would have been a suitable thing to say in this time period,
Thanks.
thus establishing him as a despicable person in case it wasn't established already.
Oh, thanks.
I don't believe it. There's no way that good-for-nothing father and son team is really related to you. If they were hitting on all eight like you, Dollface, then maybe they would have lasted more than 5 minutes with me. Oh, no, that just slipped out.
In the end, it won't be so funny when you find out God punishes people like you.
God, the law of this world is that the strongest man wins.
Amen, girl. Amen.
Not true!
I just want to believe that those are croutons now.
He's
He just really likes croutons.
munching on croutons. 2 years ago.
Dead parents.
Hey, Miria.
What, Isaac?
She's crying.
Crying?
Yeah, she's looking at a picture and crying.
A photograph?
It must be her lover.
A romance?
I'll bet they were lovey-dovey.
Lovey-dovey?
Perhaps they've been forced apart.
It must have been a bittersweet farewell.
Best robbers ever.
Maybe it's death that stands between them.
Tragic love.
How did you know?
How could you tell? I could hear you.
What is this?
She looks pretty tough.
You know what we are? Brutal thugs.
Brutal thugs.
She's laughing.
Laughing.
She was crying just a second ago.
She is acting rather strange. You two are just so funny.
We have no choice.
No questions. How did you get on the balcony?
The two ropes hanging over the railing.
We're good listeners.
Where?
And
They're,
advisors.
just, they were on screen for like 2 minutes.
No lie. We tell truth.
So what's the score? There were 2 lookouts, and both of the guys were packing Tommy guns. But it seems like everybody that we were talking with earlier ain't around no more. Isaac, Miria, Ches, Mary, Mrs. Barriam. They're all just gone. They're gone? Maybe they were just taken to another car. Let's find them. Niece, I want you and Nick to take the roof and head toward the dining car. You're with me. Hey, niece, I'll be coming back, so please be careful.
That's new.
Your brother?
Yes, you see, my brother Dallas used to always be a very kind person, but lately he's been acting rather violent, and he hardly ever comes home anymore.
The violent type.
Juvenile delinquent.
But why?
Well, I think it's because of our money.
Money's a good thing, right?
I thought that it was. No, it really isn't. When you have a lot of money, most people want something other than your friendship. What they say and what they feel are not the same.
Oh, she's talking about them feels.
Bad things. That's probably why my brother.
Sounds like a real pickle.
Poor thing.
What should she do?
Maybe she should just stop being so rich.
Then she wouldn't have to see bad things anymore.
It's so simple.
All right then.
Sound logic.
Excuse us a moment.
Excuse us.
Excuse us.
Some friends are better than no friends?
There's something about this that's adorable.
That was a nice 3D move.
What on earth has happened here?
It's a mystery.
Do you think it was the rail tracer?
It's a horror.
There's no sign of Jacuzzi.
What if he's already been eaten?
It's okay. Don't worry. Since his body is not here, it must mean that he was swallowed whole by the monster. Which means he still
Optimistic.
survives inside its stomach.
Swallowed whole. I'm so happy.
He was swallowed whole!
That was a very adorable rail tracer.
He's been gobbled out.
Find that hungry monster and gobbled him up.
Well, we just have to hope that whatever ate him is still aboard this train. Then at least we'll still be with Jacuzzi.
Still live on in our hearts forever.
At least they're
He really was a
compassionate folks, sort of.
Guys, all right? We'll be okay, Jacuzzi Heaven Boys. Hey, Isaac! Hey!
You know, it's almost like I can hear a sweet voice calling my name right now. But I'll never hear music.
Oh, okay.
Gotta save the hat. Don't want it getting messed up.
Are you both still alive? We're so happy that you turned up safe, Jacuzzi.
Why don't we get out of here and go talk to
He's like, oh, there's boobs.
Okay.
Sounds good. Let's go.
That man is just very large.
You likened him to Andre the Giant.
Mm-hmm.
It is a horror.
Rail tracer has entered the. Yep.
I finally understand what's going on here. This train is now like the romance of the Three Kingdoms.
Another story he made up.
It's actually a real story, though, from China.
I don't know what that is.
It's a piece of ancient Chinese historical fiction. Tells the story of three great warriors who divide their land in a feud.
And?
Their names were Cao Cao, Liu Bei, and Hokusai.
In ancient artwork, they're often represented by the snake, slug, and frog.
A slug?
Jacuzzi, you have to be Billy the Kid!
Be him!
He's someone that legendary?
Yes, you can do it!
You can do it!
Well,
I like that
was planning on
instrument.
saving all the passengers by taking care of those guys in the black suits and Russo's goons, but I'm honestly not that great of a person. All I do is bootleg liquor, and yesterday I ended up killing 3 people.
Killing?
No, we're the ones who killed him. Jacuzzi didn't do nothing.
What's the difference, huh? It happened. The Russos got 8 of our friends. Killed them.
They killed them?
It made me so mad that I went and knocked over 18 of the Russo family's Speakos.
18 robberies?
That must have taken all month.
No! Just one day!
Just one day?
Jacuzzi was angrier than I'd ever seen him.
Hmm.
Which means he cried a whole lot more than usual.
Got them feels.
But I just made it worse. More people got killed because I was out of control. There's no way a guy like me can be some great hero.
Hey! Don't let that get you down, partner! In the romance of the Three Kingdoms, Cao Cao and
There it is.
killed
Back to the Three Kingdoms.
millions of guys. That didn't stop people from
Billy the Kid.
guys,
Hmm.
So the only conclusion is that they must have been
See the
great
slug?
guys.
Wait, what?
So then you...
You've got to live in the moment.
Confused himself.
Right you are! You see, Jacuzzi, we think you're a great guy, and that wave of enthusiasm is all you need to help you ride over those negative thoughts.
Enthusiasm is a great word to use for them.
Hello, kid.
Yeah,
Live in the moment.
Person to think you're great. Just one, and you've got
Just don't live for the moment.
Susie. Who knows you're great? We do. We're making waves for you.
Okay?
He's like, okay, thanks.
Oh, we're taking all of the unhappiness out of your home.
And a couch.
Peaceful family behind.
Your brother will be magically transformed.
Just like new.
Okay, when you pluck a harp with two people who don't,
Wait,
that's not what it's gonna sound like.
it's Eve. It's Eve Genoward.
There's the rope.
It's Eve. I'm sure you'll be happy.
Well, goodbye.
Bye.
Rappelling down a rope's not that easy.
Neither is stealing a large chunk of a
From an
fortune from a New Jersey millionaire. But hey,
Well, if the lead son's not there to guard the house,
Where are you going?
My friend, we are going to hunt down the rail tracer.
We're going to ask it very nicely to get off the train.
What if it doesn't listen?
that'll work.
Will tan is high.
What if that doesn't work?
We'll run away and hide.
That monster is real bad. You'll both die.
Don't you worry. If things get ugly,
nice sound effects.
I'll use my trusty 100 guns.
But you don't have any guns.
How about that? But you know what? A grizzled old ranch hand asked me once,
No.
know where a real cowboy keeps his gun? His heart.
Try not to die, okay?
As weird as it is, as messed up as they are, they speak a lot of truth about things without understanding
I'm still
it
not sure
at the same
either of
time.
them is playing with the full deck.
Amen. Splotchy McSplotchersons. Amen.
Donnie, we can't let them show us up. So why don't we become the biggest, baddest guys on this train?
Well, he's already big.
Ah.
So
That's the end of that.
End of that.
You know, this car looks exactly like the one that hit us early, doesn't it?
zing.
Like it.
Oh, this is probably how they met
Actually,
Nessie.
Mm-hmm.
Nessie.
never mind.
By the way,
She saved them because they're being beat up by Dallas.
anyway.
To the police.
Oh, well then this is goodbye.
That's too bad, really. Why is that?
The police have lots of rules.
They might arrest us.
Well, if you must know, we're on a journey of sorts in search of self-redemption.
We're doing good now to make up for all the bad we've done. You're so strong. The two of you are really strong, huh?
That's a kind statement right there, Nessie.
Wrong. I'm too afraid to face the sins of my past. There's no way I could do it.
And that's the problem that most people have.
What could you possibly have done?
Well,
Nothing.
I don't care about your checkered past, but on this day you chose to save our lives, so you should consider yourself completely redeemed.
no matter what bad things you may have done in the past, all you have to do is just one good thing for people to begin thinking that you're a good person after all. So you just
Forget about it, okay?
Thank you.
It's really sweet though.
It has been a real treat.
Well,
I'm Isaac Dean.
I'm Miria Harvent. I'm Ennis.
it's
Don't say. No last name. That's unusual.
Won't forget that.
okay.
Ennis. Ennis, right?
Bye
Nessie.
now, Ennis.
Nessie.
Like they're delusional. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Yes.
See you later.
But they're spreading happiness, even if unintentionally. They also
Okay,
they
fine,
also
fine.
pissed off Dallas by stealing his family's money. So, you know, maybe it's a wash.
No, they were excavators of sadness to bring forth happiness in the life of Eve. Excavators of sadness.
I'm gonna have to think about what that means.
Excavation is where they remove things. They remove sadness.
Sorry it's been so long.
Do you want me to explain it further?
Make up for it. How about I teach you to play billiards tonight or something? Sound good? I'll go see.
Okay.
There are suddenly more people in this house besides the
Nobody.
servant girl.
Stop that praying, will you? They're saying we've been robbed, Eve. That's just my luck. I just came home for some spending money since Grandpa had to have left me something.
Dallas.
Stop being such a fool. Only stupid children believe in God.
Croutons, 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 croutons.
Cockatooed croutons.
Yeah, birds like bread, right?
You shouldn't feed them bread though.
That's not what I said. Suddenly, the rail tracer runs down the hall at her.
There's a lot of corridors in this.
He's like, I don't run. So,
He noticed that she left and didn't do anything.
well, yeah, he dropped his box of croutons and she was like, now's my chance. He's trying to
No.
pick up his empty box of croutons.
Oh, but if your hostage leaves, why was he not freaking out?
He didn't want to get her in the first place.
That contempt, that stare
He's like,
outside the mansion.
you gotta get her out here. How am I supposed to do that? Not my problem. Crouton?
No. And that's too bad.
Should have taken a crouton.
It was an olive branch, as I said.
Why don't you explain to us what an olive branch is?
Well, there are things called trees. And they've been around for a very, very long time.
What is a tree? I'll play this game if you're gonna play this game.
A tree is a plant that has been around for a very, very long time.
So all trees have been around for a very, very long time.
Yes.
What is a plant?
A plant is an organism that feeds itself off sunlight through chlorophyll, and it's been around for a very, very long time.
A plant is an orgasm that has been around for a very, very long time. Got it.
Organism.
Yeah, orgasm.
Okay. All right. Animated by Brian's base, whatever that means.
Well, just chill with the attitude, okay?
Hey, Isaac. Who's Claire?
Come now, Miria, you have to know that. Let's see. Carries out the mission.
What's the matter, Isaac?
Well, with a name like Claire, I deduce she is a female.
Incredible!
Told ya. Claire's a lady name.
Next time, Claire Stanfield will faithfully carry out the mission.
Okay, so tell me about these plant orgasms
Oh,
and
we don't-
trees.
We don't need to
that
talk.
have
We
been
don't need
around
to talk
for a very
about.
long time. Why don't you use facts?
We don't need to talk about plant orgasms. We can talk about other things.
I've just realized that the fact that I use the word orgasm is going to create a plethora of comments.
You just realized that. That wasn't.
Yeah,
That
no,
wasn't. That
sometimes
wasn't
I'm slow on the uptake.
That wasn't.
I'm slow on the uptake
That
sometimes.
wasn't pre-calculated.
No.
Oh.
There might be an orgy of comments.
Maybe.
Sometimes I'm 12.
And sometimes you're 200.
Accurate. Accurate.
Yep.
4 wheels. 4 instances of
Hold on.
wheels.
Let me write that down. 4 wheels.
4, the number of $1.
Whatever that means. Anything jump out at you?
I know that we will get to meet Claire in the next episode. I know that she's probably the girl in green. I know that I now know how Nessie and Mira and Isaac met.
Mm-hmm.
I know that their robbery was an excavation of sadness
Yep.
for Eve.
So I could also understand excavation in the sense of thinking of archaeology, in which case you're uncovering, not necessarily removing. Like
I don't think that's
like
the same
when
word.
you use isn't excavate ruins? Isn't that what archaeologists do? Isn't that the right term? Point being is that I think that's an interesting use of the word, because since you're uncovering and exposing sadness, and bringing forth happiness in doing so.
Yeah.
So I think it still works.
Sure,
I just thought it was
sure.
interesting. Interesting way to describe it. But
It's a slow
What-
this
what-
joke. I'm trying to come up with another joke. It didn't hit because I can't think of the word. So never mind.
anyway, what do you think of Isaac and Miria now that we've seen so much of them now? Like, okay, do you like them? Let's start really basic. Do you like them?
Sometimes
Sometimes.
they have those compassion feels. They're downright delusional though.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Just
no, right.
Flippin' kooky. And a classic wackadoo if I've ever seen two. They're not good people. In fact, I don't know if any of the characters we've met so far are good people. So the little boy might be, but he's immortal.
So you know how an immortal.
Wonder what he's done.
How does an immortal 12-year-old turn out?
Is he 12?
I don't know. I'm just throwing out some young
Okay.
kid age. Maybe he's
12
6.
times
I have no clue.
1,000.
I have no clue.
Well, actually, it wouldn't be 1,000. It would be
Oh.
219 plus 12.
Yeah, so he's
So
older.
31.
He's older.
231.
He's older than 230 something.
Yep,
So.
231. They're interesting to follow.
Mhm.
They're not great people. Neither is Lassie.
What? Lassie.
Lasso.
Lad Russo. Oh, okay. What?
Lassie.
What about them is making them bad people, or do you not? When you say they're bad people, they're just not good. What do
They
you?
commit crimes. They steal and rob.
It's just
They manipulate.
just as law.
They believe.
How have they manipulated people? I'm trying to figure out what you're.
They manipulate themselves in their delusions.
Okay,
and then
yeah, fair.
spout that as truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you said when we first saw them, everything they say out of their mouth is the truth for them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like she's like, he was eaten by eaten by the rail tracer. Yes, he was. And it's like, oh, that means this, means that. And they just go off in this absurd place in their minds.
here. Can I give them one credit?
Yeah.
They have a really trusting relationship with one another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just
They are just.
no questions. That's not true. He questions her. She never questions him.
When has he questioned her?
There have been very few times, but he's been like, no, blah blah blah, and she's been like, what? Yes, that's it. It's probably episode 3 or 4.
I don't.
It was like
I could
once
be
or twice.
I could be misremembering, but I'd always remember. I feel like I remember it being that she was. Those were her asking him a question, not him correcting her. But I could be misremembering.
when they were in the gold mine,
Yeah,
and
she was asking questions then, though.
I'd have to go back and watch it. But
Fair enough. I don't think he's ever corrected her. I think it's just, but she's asked him questions and he'd educate her and spew forth the truth.
Truth is in italics.
Alternative facts.
Hashtag relevant. I said hashtag instead of hash brown. Hashtag relevant. Well, Prop 1 just got passed, so maybe it is a hashtag. Is hash different than weed? I don't know. What do you tell me? I don't know. I don't know the drugs. No idea.
So yeah, they're
My predictions for
a dynamic duo.
the next episode are as follows. We will meet Claire because they told me that. And I was right. She was the girl in green. Well, I can't say that yet, but that's based on the preview. The rail tracer.
Because Isaac and Miria said that Claire is definitely a girl. We know how trustworthy what they say is.
They're not always wrong. They're just
No.
mostly wrong.
Yeah, they were close enough on the whole summary of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. You know, they got the gist down.
Yeah, Billy the Kid. And that's enough of that story.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Who do you think Claire is?
Oh.
I kind of hope that there's a few people who are watching this who have also not seen this so that we can be on a journey together. Because that would be cool. So, like, one day, if one of y'all are like, I haven't seen, let's say, Gurren Lagann. I haven't seen Gurren Lagann. Let's watch it. And, you know, pretend Chris hasn't seen it. And it's like, great. So we'll be responding to the comments of the person who hasn't seen it. And I think that'd be fun. Where you guys kind of like interact.
I know a few people in previous things have said they haven't seen it. So they've been following along with this. And
so
something else that obviously in the Isaac and Miria have been redemptive forces for different people in their lives. You know, they've they've not only just unintentionally spread happiness, they've given other people hope in themselves again. Gave Ennis hope in herself and has given Jacuzzi hope in himself.
Where's Nelly, the commenter Nelly, who talks about Dopeland versus Copeland? What are those two things called? The two Suzaku and God help me.
You're talking about that discussion about
philosophical concepts.
The two philosophies.
Dopeland and Copeland.
Yep, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Do you guys love how I don't remember names properly? And I'm just but you know what I'm talking about, which makes an interesting philosophical...
Unless they haven't seen the follow-up to Code Geass.
That's fine.
And if you haven't seen the follow-up video to Code Geass, he's referencing the two schools of thought of philosophy that are kind of...
Consequentialism and...
Deontology.
Yes. But if you understood my Copeland and Dopeland reference, it brings up an interesting philosophical conversation about communication and how because you were relevantly experienced an event where we actually talked about a thing, you're referencing back to it based on my
based on your incomplete
crumbs.
Your incomplete pointer. You're able
Dopeland and Copeland.
Yep.
But this brings up these people, Isaac and Mira.
That just makes me...
Consequentialism and deontology.
Copeland was the... So it
just means nothing to me.
I know it means nothing to you, but...
You understood what I meant. And
yep.
It just brings up, like, are the actions... What is it? Are the consequences valid, or does it matter the heart?
Is it purely... the intention or the consequences? And what is more important?
And so, like, it's another instance of that. So, Nelly, I hope you're tuning in, and bring me some closure about Dopeland and Copeland. Where do you fall on Dopeland and Copeland?
Reason I was opening it up though and wanted to mention it was that Jacuzzi, in his bawling his eyes out and all of these different things. Obviously, just this thing of being frightened and terrified. Which, to have courage, you need to also have fear. Because courage is, in a lot of ways, courage is defined by the confronting and overcoming of fear. You know, I'm sure I've heard the saying of one, like if you're afraid, that means you're not an idiot in a lot of things. Because like sometimes it's good that you're scared. You're not an idiot, but overcoming the fear is courage. And so that was a saying that's a preface, something else, but that.
Copeland and Dopeland.
Yeah. Jacuzzi, not even that. Just Jacuzzi has acknowledged that he is not a good person and he has murdered people in his eyes.
Done bad things.
Yeah,
right.
done bad things. Yep. It's never too late to turn your life around? Isn't that a song?
And then Isaac and Mira were like, you can do one good thing and it abolishes everything you've ever done bad.
I disagree with that, but...
Oh, we're not going to talk about that? All right, that's fine.
But I think the thing is, like, you can do one... You can do one good thing to start turning yourself around. Ennis... Oh, wait, here. Because Ennis had said, like, I'm too...
Passion, turn it upside down. Do you know that song?
No.
Okay. No. Continue your thought.
Oh, wait. Okay. All right.
Turn the beat around. I'm the funniest person I know.
I know you're hilarious.
I took a survey.
Hilarious. Really hilarious.
I took a survey about how funny I am.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that doesn't work because you did take a survey.
I did take a survey.
So did I. Different pool of people, though.
Mm.
Sorry. Finish your thought.
I don't know.
I'll
It might
stop.
not be worth it. It might
I'll
not be worth it.
Is it less funny than what I said? Just finish your thought. I'll stop.
Jacuzzi, yeah, recognizes his flaws as a person, done bad things. I don't even remember saying it was something about redemption or some nonsense, some malarkey.
He said he did some bad stuff.
Oh, that's what it was. Ennis, who said, and the idea of courage, and Ennis was too afraid to confront
The sins
things
of her past.
yeah. There's Jacuzzi's taking this opportunity kind of by the horns and like, I'm going to. I don't even think he says that. Yeah, turn himself around. I don't even know he's definitely seeing himself as redeem himself, but just take this moment to do what he thinks is the right thing, which is save the passengers on the train. Are you even paying attention, sir?
Yes, I'm waiting for you to make your point.
Sometimes I don't have points. Sometimes I bring up themes and hope you'll piggyback onto them with more thoughts and ideas. Sometimes I'm prompting a possibility of thoughts and discussion. Since, you know, we've gone pretty in depth in Code Geass about philosophical themes, haven't done so much in Baccano and seen an opportunity to maybe do that.
Okay, so Splotchy McSplotchersons is taking it by the horns to try to redeem his past.
You think he's doing it? I didn't think he's doing it to redeem his past, but sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was trying to restate the question.
Oh.
And so you're saying he wasn't.
I was not saying he was doing it to redeem his past, just that he acknowledges that he's a not upstanding citizen.
Sure, yeah.
But
he's terrible.
Cries
a lot too.
But in spite of that, he's still going to do what he sees as the right thing in this situation, which is save the other passengers from the murderous Russo family. Actually, they haven't been murderous. They've just been defending themselves, actually, so far.
The cultists?
The cultists, yeah. And the rail tracer, which is some demon.
They did threaten the car of people.
Yeah, they threatened the car of people at gunpoint.
At the same time that the other people
were threatening.
They just happened to lose that situation. If they would have won, they were just as bad as
yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
They've just been on the receiving end of the ass kicking rather than
they
the
also
giving
took
it out.
the senator's wife.
Yep.
And
because she's a bargaining tool for Senator Barium.
Yeah.
Who is one of the people responsible for holding their Master Huey in custody, who is going to also be, because he's a senator, going to be at the Senate hearing.
Right. So anyway, back to Jacuzzi. Do I think that what he's doing makes him a better character? Is that the real question? Because he's trying to...
Sure. I wasn't asking that question, but that is a question. Do you think this... How do you see his actions that contrast each other? And how do you see that?
The culmination of their actions. However, there is always possibility of redemption in every situation. So he's taking the opportunity, unbeknownst to him, to try to redeem his past by doing new good. However, that's not how full redemption works, although it is a good gesture toward full redemption.
What would you say is then the difference in the of full redemption stuff? Like, because I know a lot of
it involves Christianity.
Okay, I'm not going to assume to know other philosophies I know nothing about, but I know some general require the acknowledgement of your wrongdoing.
Sure.
Which I don't know if what level of his acknowledgement is. He's acknowledged that he's done these things and it's wrong. I don't know. It's just I thought it was something could be interesting. What do you think? Because I clearly don't know what I think.
Tell us what you think in the comments. But the thing about full redemption versus karma is that full redemption says your entire past gets wiped from the accusation of it and sometimes the consequences. But not necessarily the consequences.
I'm sorry. What does the equating of redemption and karma have to do?
You were talking about multiple philosophies, and so like karma says you're measured by the good and the bad, so both of them are on a scale.
Okay, I think that's a horrible misrepresentation of karma, but maybe my understanding of karma is a horrible misrepresentation of karma. I don't see necessarily karma as a good and bad so much as just like obviously we will inevitably associate a good bad connotation to the different things. But I mean, I don't necessarily think of karma. What you're describing is sort of like the Western bastardization of what karma means, is my understanding. Unless because my understanding of what karma is that one of us is maybe less wrong than the other in this. But my understanding of what karma was is that it was not even necessarily good things have good results and bad things have bad results. Yes, that happens to be the case, but more of just that actions have consequences. And that something more of that lines. I'm clearly don't understand it enough because I can't articulate it.
The
very
sum
well.
of a person's actions in this and previous states of existence, viewed as deciding their fate in future existences. Destiny or fate following as an effect from cause.
Yeah, I think
Karma.
the clearly analytical way of putting it is that it's merely just a note of cause and effect. And so it's like so if something bad happens to you, the saying of like that is just your karma, which also ties into I think like the original Sanskrit derivations has to do with just merely action and doing. So like when something happens, like this has happened because you have caused it to happen. Your actions have caused this to happen. I see it's more of like a personal responsibility you have, and you are a master of your own destiny sort of thing. Which I thought was interesting that definition involved fated outcomes of your experiences or something like that. I thought that was interesting.
Well, that brings up a question that we touched on in the last episode, Destiny and Fate, or 2 episodes ago.
Oh, it's just that it's something that's come up several times in the show. The concept of fate and a person's what's going to happen to them.
Mm-hmm. Is it written in the stars, or does it happen as they go based on their actions?
What do you think?
Tell us in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video with a friend. If you love us, buy us a coffee. That'd be great. Or help us buy a new anime. That'd be cool too. Stay tuned for the next episode.
New anime so we can watch it and talk about it and spout nonsense like I have clearly done this whole time. I don't know what I think half of the time. That's why I say nonsense and then I realize, oh, that was nonsense. And then, hey, go ahead.
Would you like to... What was I going to say?
Buy us anime.
No, we
and inhale water
covered
instead
that.
of drink it.
Something about interacting with us. Do you like this format? Do you like the previous format where it's a highlight reel? Do you have a different idea of a format? There's something else. It was gonna be really good too.
It's gonna be really good, and now it's
gonna be
gone
the best.
and lost.
It's gonna be.
And this whole video is ruined. It's just garbage.
Throw it out.
Throw it out.
Do you ever watch Parks and Rec?